What's up, you guys? Thank you for watching my video today. As you can tell by the title of this video, this is going to be a brief walk around my 2016 Subaru Sti. This is the crystal white pearl color, and it is the limited trim. So it does come with the Harman Kardon speakers, as well as the sunroof, along with all leather heated seats, which I really liked. And I know they only came in the 15 through 17 years, so that's why I really preferred to get that year over any other year. I also didn't want to purchase the vehicle new. I had a certain price range in mind, so that's kind of why I went with this one. I went a little further out in order to get the vehicle. It was very hard to find this in this trim and this color without it pretty much selling before I even having a chance to test drive it at the dealership. So very thankful to have this car now. I've owned the car for 2.5 years, like I mentioned earlier, and it's just been a blast to drive overall. In terms of performance, the car is completely stock. It has some cosmetics to it, which I'll kind of walk around to briefly welcome this car to my channel. I've been running an Instagram for about 2.5 years now, and I kind of wanted to transition that and, you know, show my progress in some videos versus just pictures on my Instagram. So I've always wanted to own a Subaru, you know, out of high school, out of college, always my goal of mine. So pretty excited to own this car even 2.5 years into it. I love this car just as much as I did the day that I purchased it. I bought it with 29,000 miles on it. It currently sits at 60,000 miles. I do drive this car daily, so I do put quite a few miles on it, but I do enjoy driving it every single day. Coming from a car that was 2 doors, that was one of my biggest things. I wanted a car that was somewhat fun to drive, nothing that's too crazy fast, but something that you can enjoy, you know, on the back roads and have some fun joyriding. But also you can take it to work every day. You can fit people in the back seats comfortably. There's plenty of leg room back there. So that just kind of was my overall goal with purchasing this car itself. Always wanted a Subaru as well. I was actually looking at a older Wrx at the time, but decided to go with the newer V8 body style due to the interior being a little more improved, a little better for daily driving. So I got that one, especially with the limited trim. I do love the all leather seats that are heated, very comfortable. We are here in Cleveland, Ohio, so we do have winters, so it is nice to have the heated seats. This car does have tint on it. I think that's the first thing that I got for the car, actually. It has 50% on the front windshield and 35% on all the other windows. This is my first time having a car with front window tint. Really like that. It kind of gives it a good look all around, and it makes these windows look a bit darker. After that, I got the front lip right here, which I got from my buddy locally in town. He had it sitting here and laying around. I actually just repainted it recently. It's nothing fancy, just an eBay lip, but I think it does the trick, especially with the roads we have around here. I don't think it's very smart to get a $600 carbon fiber lip just to smash it on the ground. I guess that's just my personal opinion, but really like this lip. Maybe might change it up in the future, but for the time being, I really like how the car looks. It gives it a very clean look overall. I'll do a little walk around so you can see what the car looks like overall. Like I mentioned before, I really like how the tint looks. It really gives it a nice contrast from the crystal white pearl. And I would say the 35% doesn't look terribly dark, which is bearable for daily driving. Here in Ohio, we have very strict tint laws where you're pretty likely to get pulled over for tint, so I'm pretty fortunate enough to not have to deal with that yet. I think the second thing I got after the tints was this front lip. I actually got it from a buddy locally who has a Wrx. It's a cheap eBay lip that's been on the car for a while. I tried switching to the CS style lip, ended up smashing one, went back to this one. Really like this one more. I think it gives it a more clean, simple look. I repainted it so it kind of looks a little bit better than it was before. But yeah, that was the second thing I got after the tints, was this front lip, which is off eBay, nothing too expensive, but I think it gives it a really good look overall. I got for the car after the front lip was the JDM grille along with the Subispeed carbon fiber badges. I think it gave the car an overall very clean look with that grille. I knew I wanted carbon fiber badges and I knew I'd eventually want to get a JDM grille. So I just went ahead and got both of those together all at once and really happy with it. 2 years later, no regrets. One of the best things I could have got for the car. Gives it a way cleaner look with it. The next thing that I got for the car was these mud flaps. I believe these are Rek Gen Mud Flaps. Held up pretty good, no issues with them at all. Rear and front, obviously. Gives it a nice rally look, even though I'm not doing any rallying with the car, but I really like how the mud flaps looks on the Subaru, so yeah, I got that. I think that was the next thing that I got after that. I think the next thing after the mud flaps that I got for the car were these carbon fiber mirrors. I really like the look of carbon fiber, especially against the crystal white pearl. I think it really pops out and it gives it a very clean look. These mirrors were OEM white, the crystal white pearl to match the rest of the car. When I bought the car, they were wrapped in black and the wrap was beginning to peel, so I decided to remove the wrap and use carbon fiber overlays. So this, or not overlays, I'm sorry, caps. So this goes directly over the other ones. It's not a direct replacement. I'm really happy with these. Maybe one day in the future I will get a replacement piece, but for the time being, these were 3M'd on to the original mirrors. I think it gives it a very clean look with the carbon fiber. I knew I was planning to get a lot of carbon fiber for the car in the future, so this was a really good first touch, just because, you know, when you look at the car from the front, this is kind of the first thing you see on the sides is the carbon fiber, along with the badges obviously on the carbon fiber. So really happy with this. The mirrors, the carbon fiber cap mirrors for the car. I believe the next thing that I got were these OEM black STI badges on the side that are for the fenders. I believe these come stock on the Hyper Blue, so this is an OEM piece. I was really happy with it. Kind of expensive it being OEM, but I think it being OEM and fitting perfectly and knowing that it's OEM made me happy, and I had no issue paying that price for it. The thing I got for the car after the OEM STI badges over here was these side skirts. I didn't like the look of the side skirts that have that little side piece right here. I don't know, I like the look without it. I think it looks a lot cleaner. Although I do believe the one with that side piece right here probably holds up better because it's more sturdy. So I wouldn't say that the other ones are any worse. I just prefer the look of these. So yeah, that was the next thing I got were these side skirts, along with the rear spats in the rear. Both were from Amazon at a very cheap price. I painted the rear spats. They began to fade away. I still kept the side skirts unpainted as they were out of the box, but might paint them one day if they begin to fade like the rear spats, because the rear spats began to fade very, very badly. One of my most recent purchases were these Enkei RS05RRs. They are 18 9.5 plus 35. They're wrapped in Michelin's Pilot Sports. They are 265 35 18. I really like the meaty look of them. That's kind of the goal that I was going with for this look of the car here. So yeah, those are the wheels that I just got recently for it. They're Enkei RS05RRs. Along with the wheels, another one of my most recent purchases were Fortune Auto Coilovers. I lowered the car a bit. I wanted it to sit lower, but not to the point where it was impractical for daily driving. I do have to be a lot more careful than I was before when I was on stock suspension. But I really like these Fortune Autos, the way the car sits, the car handles, and just how the car looks overall. So really happy with these Fortune Autos. As you can hear from the back, I do have a Tomei exhaust on it. I actually just purchased this from a local friend of mine here in Cleveland. not too long ago. I really do love the exhaust and how it sounds. I think it's one of the best sounding exhausts. I actually did not like the single exit at first, but it grew on me a lot, and I actually, yeah, at first I did not like the look of the single exit on the V8 body style especially, but I grew to like it a lot, and I really love the sound of it. I think it's one of the best sounding exhausts for the Subaru STI, or any WRX in fact. But yeah, I had the Tomei exhaust, and then I have, as you can tell, some carbon fiber bits to the vehicle. I believe this is the carbon fiber trunk lid, along with the carbon fiber Subaru badges, license plate cover that's also carbon fiber, and I also have the carbon fiber wing stiffies, or wing stabilizers, whatever you'd like to call it. I have tint overlays on the rear tail lights. These are the OEM lights with overlays. Eventually I'd like to get some other aftermarket tail lights, but for the time being I really like the tint overlay look. And for the last part, for the exterior, the last thing that I think I just got for the car most recently were Whiteline sway bars, front and rear, with Whiteline end links as well, adjustable end links and adjustable sway bars. I've only put in the rear sway bar so far. I plan to do the other one next weekend. I've been trying to enjoy just the rear one itself, and I do plan to put on the front one as well. I just kind of wanted to test it out with just the rear one for a little bit, and then before I put them on the front as well, kind of just enjoy the rear, and then once the front goes on, just so I can feel the difference. Like I mentioned, the sway bars and the end links, the white lines, they are adjustable. It took a little bit of time to come here, but I'm very happy with them overall. The car feels a lot more planted, a lot less understeer, and I couldn't be more happy with the sway bars. Just forgot to mention were these carbon fiber pieces right here that I got. They're just 3M'd on. Thought they gave it a pretty nice touch to the side there, with especially with that mirror being carbon fiber caps. I think it flows very well with you know, the theme that I'm going with the white and carbon fiber. The carbon fiber really pops out on the white as well. You can really tell that there's something there. And I think the one last thing that I forgot to mention was these tint overlays. I think I got them on like eBay. My buddy helped me install them. I really like how they look. I'd like to do something with my headlights next year, but for the time being, I think the overlays really give it a nice look with hiding that orange reflector. Thank you so much for watching my walk around video. I really appreciate every single one of you that took the time to do so. I did want to go ahead and record an outro to this video. I know this is a few days later. I enjoyed making that video a lot. I really do miss the warm weather, so if you can please do me a huge favor, like this video, comment below if you have any suggestions for me for future videos. If you could subscribe to this channel, it would mean the world to me. Hope you guys are all doing well, staying healthy and safe. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next one.